Let's start with the basic origins of the hammer itself, which is called Uru. Let's start with the fact that this librarian, who is in father and knows all stories, as his library transcends the godly realms, which is insane, and this includes Asgard, but that can be argued against. His library is on the same tier as the omnipotent city, and his library connects Asgard's library and that of the House of Ideas. He says that even the greatest storms can't survive inside Uru for infinite eons. Now, this statement is insane considering the fact that the Black Winter is a storm, and even the Phoenix Force is like a storm, a cosmic plague, which can end and birth creation. But yet, the likes of Jane Foster has beaten up the true form of the Phoenix Force itself, which people keep mistaking that the Phoenix has nothing close to the White Hot Room in terms of power. The Phoenix is like a byproduct of such existence, which its true form got slapped by Jane Foster after she beat Shara and Kaithri, who can end creation with a kiss. To make this even a lot more impressive, this same hammer can one-shot the Black Winter by channeling the Thor force, and yes, this hammer can easily host Thor's power, as it also is what helps Thor perform the God Blast. Broke Nosejaw combined with Silver Surfer's board to make something powerful enough to damage Null even more than Thor's hammer, but Thor's hammer was the main weapon and Silver Surfer's was just like the handle, and the God Tempest is a lot stronger than all these nearly put together. Uru is a rubble from the rock of creation itself, and very few things have endured that long, talk less surviving inside it. And this rock is the moon rock, and I will explain this in my Khonshu video. Now, to further know how strong this hammer is, the God Tempest winds blows comets off their courses, rips worlds from their orbits, and sniffs out stars like flickering candles, bro. And this could be a lot more impressive because depending on which part of the cosmology it did this, the planets vary significantly in power, like the Kree world, cosmic worlds, and even in the Asgardian infinite realm, where there are other races aside the Vanir gods, which Thor took Galactus to absorb their world's special energy. Even stars are impressive because shit in Marvel is just absurd. This God Tempest was the size of a whole ass galaxy and has been raging since the beginning of time, and the worst of its power was basically reserved for no other than Odin. Few centuries after his prime, he was able to fight it with almost the full power of the Odin force, and then he used a dark and primal magic to trap it within Mjolnir, or the Uru at that time. Odin is damn impressive, and even while trapped in Mjolnir, Odin couldn't still tame it, and it almost destroyed Asgard with a single hit. To further prove that this storm wasn't bullying further cosmic structures, it came from so far away that Heimdall couldn't see it, and Heimdall can't see, and the only thing Heimdall cannot see in the cosmology is the far shore and beyond, and the God Tempest can easily affect her, meaning Jane Foster, from the void. And for those who don't know, I have explained so many times, even in my few previous videos, which I will link. I explained the concept of the void in Marvel and how it works, because the Yggdrasil realms all are largely infinite, inaccessible realms outside the tree itself, which is where you have the Midgard, and its altar to high altar infinite stacked planes of existence. And this wide void is the void you pass within the outside to get to other realms, and that's why they use Bifrost, because it is that far. People like Jane Foster, Thor, Odin, Sentry, and much more can cover infinite distance based irrelevant speed gaps in mere moments easily. They indeed move even faster than that. The God Tempest reached out to the void, the space between realms, and was sort of attacking her. And when a weakened power Thor tried to collect the power of the Tempest from her body so she wouldn't die, his literal body was melting. and he had to share the power with his father Odin, who at this time was weaker than him. And as they thought they would never see such again, but the hammer shows up after leaving Thor, smacking him right so hard to his body. Now the Earth, Sun, and Moon are extremely powerful. Anytime the multiverse ends, it's funny how these three don't ever die, and all to say they would come back, but that's a topic for another day. The Sun in Marvel really kills a lot of things, to be honest, because it is that powerful. It has helped kill Null, melt Mjolnir, literally the same fucking Uru, and also literally was born in Mangog, to the point my dude was at the brink of death. In fact, his saving grace was the power of the God Tempest keeping him by fusing with him, making use of his rage to fulfill its purpose to gain revenge on Thor for abandoning her, and also Odin for trapping her and making her like a toy for Thor. Mjolnir is able to break Thor's hand, and she's faster than Thor, which is insane, and knows she was dying also in the sun, but with her power plus Mangog alongside the strength of Mjolnir or the Uru, then they could escape the sun and survive. The God Tempest was too strong that Thor didn't need to use the Thor Force because it wouldn't make a difference, but rather went to his mother and begged for her powers, while Odin gave him the remaining Odin Force, making Thor just too strong that he basically remade Mjolnir. He broke the hammer, right, with raw force, which is insane. Moving from someone who could bear all these people damage, no, the hammer fucking broke his hand and bro just smashed the entire thing broken. Well, and Odin became the power source of Mjolnir. The fact Mjolnir was sent to the far shore and came back in a panel is insane. That's the fastest thing I have seen in fiction. This hammer is easily so many levels in Boundless, I don't even want to go there. Well, if you found this video informative, please do to like, share, comment, subscribe. Get ready for my Scarlet Witch video, which I'm doing with my friends, a Zatanna video and a debunk of death battles video. Till next time, peace.